The easiest face swap starts with a really good setup. It's been a few weeks since I did my family self-portrait video, and I meant to do this a lot sooner, but if you caught my last video, you'll see that I was temporarily displaced due to wildfires. I'm happy to say that I am finally back at home. I've actually been home for a little while, but it's just been settling in and everything. We are still on alert, so I might have to leave again, but for the time being, I get to be home, which is awesome. So I'm going to make the video where I'm going to swap my face from one photo and put it into another photo so that my kids look good and I look good. And I have a little bit of an advantage to doing this because I was doing like a self-portrait shoot, which means that I had my camera on a tripod. And because the camera was on a tripod and I was doing burst photos, which means that it just takes one photo right after the other, essentially the entire background is exactly the same. So for example, if I had somebody standing there taking a photo, even if they stood in the same spot and all that and they were taking photos pretty quickly, it's pretty good, but you never know, like there's still the element of slightly shifting that could happen. But with a tripod, it stays in exactly the same spot, which means that it's going to be super, super duper easy to line it up in Photoshop or whichever editing program you use. As long as you can have layers and layer masking, you're good to go. So I'm gonna pull this up. It's going to take less than 5 minutes to have a different face in my photo, and voila. In Photoshop, I have my two images opened. The one where I like my expression, and over here is the image where I like my children's expression. So what I wanna be doing is adding this version of me onto this photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the image where I like my expression. I'm going to click Control A, which is going to select the whole image. Control C will copy it. And then when I click on the image with my children, where I like their expression, Control V will paste it on top as a new layer. So I can go over here. I don't need my picture with my expression anymore. I've now used it as a layer on this image. And what I can do at this point is just go ahead and add a layer mask. And what I want to do is I want to invert this layer mask. So now all we can see is the background layer with my children's expression, which I like. And I'm just going to paint over myself on the layer mask with white until the other expression is revealed. And it should go super smoothly and seamlessly because I used a tripod and the backgrounds are essentially exactly the same except for like minor fluctuations in leaves, but you're not even going to notice it. So here we go. And I moved my body a little bit, so it might be more complicated than just doing the face here, but I will keep going until I get to a spot where it's like blending nicely. Like that's looking like it works. Oh, I totally missed a part of the chin there. Okay, so right in here. Just keep going. If you toggle this on and off, you'll see the difference. And that's usually where you're going to spot anything if it looks a little bit strange. And I can just keep going, like even if I have to do the majority of my body because I changed my pose just slightly, I can just keep going until I have a good lined up combination of the two images. And if you kind of want to see where you've been doing your layer mask, you can just press the backslash button had to take a moment there. Forward, backslash, forward. And you can see that I've colored this area, but I haven't gotten the spot. So if you want, that is kind of helpful sometimes. It's not looking like it's making a huge difference with this particular photo because it looks like that those areas were basically the same, but it's just handy to see exactly what's going on. So there we have it. I have now successfully put a different version of me in that photo, and when I click on enough, I'm not seeing anything too weird about how it's lining up or anything. The background looks good, and I'm happy with that. That's how easy it is. So basically at this point, you would do any other edits that you want to do. You would flatten your image, and you would have your finished picture, and everybody's expression is great. So like I said, the setup is really what makes this part so super simple. It can be done without a tripod. It just means that you might have to line the images up a little bit more. So if you're like me and you're going to try to do your own family self-portraits, that might be a trick that you want to keep in mind, because it can be really difficult to get everybody's expression all in one shot, especially if you're not actually behind the camera to push the button at just the right moment. Also, if you need to do it for multiple people, you can absolutely just add more layers with the other images where other people have different expressions and get your favorite of everybody. I just kind of happened to luck out where my 3 kids all looked kind of cute in one photo, and I didn't have to separately pick a different image for each person and put them all together. But you can do that if you need to, and it's just following the exact same steps with multiple images. I hope that was helpful, and I hope you guys have a great day. Hopefully I'll be back to making more videos soon. I have so many things that I've been wanting to do, but yes, this summer's been kind of crazy for me. So I'll catch you guys soon.